Hello, I'm Toycat, and it is officially Snapshot Day, which means we, as the Minecraft community, get our first hands-on with the Nether update. This is the next big update coming to both Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Java later on this year, and here's the thing about this update, because even though I'm standing in a brand new Nether biome with a brand new Nether mist and all sorts of new blocks we've never seen before, like the basalt and like the new fence gates and pressure plates, even though I'm surrounded by all these things, it all pales in comparison to something I never thought they'd actually add to the game, because we have ourselves a brand new type of pickaxe that is officially better than the diamond pickaxe. There is a netherite pickaxe that is better in every way than a diamond pickaxe, and here's the deal, it's not just a netherite pickaxe and a netherite other set of tools, but also there is netherite armor for the first time in Minecraft. This looks modded, but it's not, and it's absolutely crazy. I want to talk more about it in today's video, because there are some things we were kind of expecting and was going to be kind of fun to check out, but there are some things like this that have blown me away at least, and to prove it, let me throw my netherite pickaxe away right now and just prove that it's so worthless we can get rid of it, because here's the deal, all of these brand new awesome weapons require you to go mining in the Nether, and they do have a real value for that, which includes being able to float. That's right, if you are willing to go to the Nether and go mining, you will get yourself a class of weapon that will not burn in lava. That is a really cool new highlight, and I want to talk about how exactly you get it in today's video, because this is a stealth cave update, and let me explain how right now, because again, I really want to focus on one part of this update. There's a lot of stuff in here I really want to dive into. If you don't know, I'm currently in California, so that it's a little bit hard for me to do this stuff, but however, I really want to talk about this right now because it's something that really catches my interest. So let's go below ground in this biome first of all, which by the way, you'll notice how there's a blue fog even underground in the the Soul Sand Valley. But if we actually go underground, you'll see how oh yeah, it's like mining underground right now for the most part, except there's a tiny rare chance you'll find a brand new ore. Again, like I said, stealth cave update, because even though this ore isn't very commonly found, you'll see how you'll find much more nether quartz and lava than you'll find of this. In fact, just to prove this, I went 100 blocks 3 times in the same direction, so I mined 300 blocks by 3, I guess 900 blocks, and despite doing that all these times, I found a lot of nether quartz, which is nice, and it's what you expect in Minecraft, like yay, free experience, who doesn't want that? But what I also found at the exact same time was one vein of a brand new type of Minecraft thing, which again, if we go all the way down this middle one, you'll see just over here on the left, this is the only thing we find of it, because it's a brand new type of ore, which you can only find in the Nether. Although ore is a little bit misleading, because the official name for it is the ancient debris, and if you get this ancient debris, it doesn't actually work as an ore kind of by itself, or you could maybe make the argument it's sort of like iron, except it's more complex than iron, because if you would like to turn this ancient debris into something, if you really want to get yourself this brand new netherite armor, and let's be honest, who doesn't, you need to not only be able to find it, which is incredibly hard. Right now, the conditions seem to be much rarer than anything else in the Nether. Again, you have to mine between certain layers of the deep down waste. The way they put it is it's way more dangerous down there. You can hit lava at any second, and it can almost kill you. This is the most dangerous mining Minecraft has, and now there's a reason to do it, but as well as being able to find these netherite ores, these ancient debris, you need to find 4 of these for every single 1 ingot of netherite you want to get. And in case you're curious as to how that works, basically you want to take your ancient debris right up here to the surface, you want to put it inside of a furnace. They actually said on the Minecraft the snapshot page, and a lot of people have been hearing saying oh yeah, this actually smelts slower than normal ores. Right now at least it smelts at the same speed. That might change, but you need to you need to take your ancient debris, smelt it down into netherite scrap, and then, because you might think well, that's pretty cool, right? But then from there, what you need to do is you need to take 4 netherite scrap, and you need to take 4 gold ingots at the same time. Again, this is an existing thing that you're going to find in the Nether though after this update. But then you take 4 of those each, and you get 1 netherite ingot. That's right. This is a ore that is very rare, very hard to find. I found just 1 of it after all that searching, and all I get in exchange for that is half a netherite ingot. And then after all of that effort, what you do is you take, say, a diamond hoe, because again, maybe your favorite thing is to waste your brand new valuable things on a hoe. It's something I see all the time, in the world. And yeah, what you can actually do is you can take any diamond item you already have, because you still have to waste the diamonds themselves, and then you upgrade them from diamond to netherite. As you can see, when you upgrade them, you get more attack damage. This has 9 attack damage. This is 10. It's obviously more pronounced on the swords and stuff, but also the tools will be more effective, which is really fun by itself. And here's the kicker. Here's the really fun bit. They'll have more enchantability to them. This is something I'm really waiting for, tests to come back on, so we can actually see exactly what it is, because all we know so far is they say it's higher than diamond, but lower than gold. gold, because in case you're curious, in the Minecraft code, there's something called enchantability that basically, determines how enchantable something is in terms of how many levels you need to get something. This is why efficiency 5 cannot be gotten on a diamond tool, but by default at least, because you need to have a higher enchantment. You need to be able to have a level 35 enchantment or something like that. Whereas on a gold pickaxe, even a level 27 enchantment can be enough to make a efficiency 5. Basically, a netherite stuff is going to be more enchantable. It's going to obviously have the benefit of lasting longer. It's going to do more damage, and those three things alone already make it like this is the new set of tools you want in your Minecraft world. Diamond is going to become a thing of the past, and that's really weird in my opinion. But it gets even cooler than that, because I really love the idea of having a netherite pickaxe. Again, it's a cave update, and it's hidden as a nether update. But the other cool thing about it that I kind of showed at the beginning is that all of these new equipment that you can get, they have the wonderful thing that no other piece of Minecraft, item can do right now, and that is that you will not lose them if you die in lava. The Nether is filled with lava. When you're mining for this netherite ore, there is a real risk you'll die in lava, because it's found only below the nether pits, which obviously means you have to go next to lava at some point. And that means that if we throw our little diamond pickaxe in there, you'll see how it will go lost at first, but like how water physics work, it eventually floats up and we can get our netherite pickaxe back. That is crazy that there is now a way to actually recover items from lava. Something, right now, there's like two ways to die: lava and falling into the void, where everything is just lost forever, and one of those things has been solved with the netherite pickaxe, as well as the netherite armor. Again, the armor actually does a little bit of knockback resistance as well, because, you can't really make armor better. If you're curious, the armor rating, that was full. This is full as well. They haven't nerfed diamond to make way for this, which is something I expected they'd do, because if you're curious, this is kind of using the new combat mechanics in terms of damage and stuff. So they nerfed the diamond sword in the last combat snapshot to make the netherite sword as good as the old diamond sword was, which kind of makes some sense in that way. But they haven't nerfed the diamond armor to make way for the netherite armor. Instead, what happens is the diamond armor won't last quite as long as, of course, as a netherite will. But the other cool thing about netherite is netherite has knockback resistance built in. So in the same way that these tools have a little bit of fire resistance built in, these have knockback resistance, which is key for PvP. This is going to change the PvP game in a way that I think is going to be positive, because in the real world, in terms of like doing UHCs and actual survival stuff, this is actually a fun new tool you can have. And in the the PvP world, obviously you can just in terms of like creative stuff, like game modes that are made from thin air and like using commands and whatnot, obviously you can just not give people netherite tools if you don't want to. This is a big change to the game. It's huge. Netherite is the new king of everything, and that is something I think is crazy. I would go as far as to say that this update is absolute fire. I don't know if you agree with that one though, but if you don't agree with that, if you think that was a poor pun, then let's move on from that to just kind of mention everything else briefly here, because there's a lot of stuff in this update. I'd love to go through it one by one and mention like, hey, did you know new biomes? And there's a lot of really cool stuff, and it's really worth checking out for yourself if you have a Java edition and you want to see the new snapshot. Of course, it'll be in a beta form for Bedrock not too far from now, I wouldn't expect, but as well as being a cool way to see lots of new terrain, which again, by the way, the transition that we expected from blue to red, even though it showed up in those screenshots, or it seemed to, it doesn't exist in the real world. It just goes straight from blue to red, which is really interesting. So there's new biomes, which we've seen a bunch of screenshots of. There's a lot of new, there's new blocks like the, Nilium, and there's the new, types of tree, and all these different stuff. We haven't currently, at least, seen new boats, which is interesting. We've got new types of everything else made of wood, but not a new type of boat. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in this update. Let's grab ourselves a night vision potion so we can show you much better. Again, right now, I'm running this on my laptop and recording at the same time, so we have to limit ourselves just a little bit in terms. Oh, that is very weird, actually. That is not what I expected in the slightest. Look at the craziness of this. Like, it goes from blue to like pink to red so fast. But yeah, there's lots of new nether biomes now. It's cool, and you can see as we go around here just how weird it is to do this with night vision. But let's go back to the overworld and show you something else I think is cool, because again, most of this snapshot is stuff that we can dive into much better as time goes on, and especially as it comes out, because as far as how biomes interact with your old ones, that's the most interesting bit of them, in my opinion. How they work with seeds we can actually use, especially on the Bedrock edition. Also, one last thing I just really want to mention is that the old Nether generation that we used to have is called Nether Wastes, and it's kind of described like it's just the old Nether, but it's obviously has to have a biome name now. But the interesting thing about this is, even though this is biome waste, you can confirm right here this is in fact biome waste. It looks, we see stuff here that we haven't seen before, like these kind of nether ravines that we haven't properly looked at. Like these, again, to me, there's almost like nether caves and stuff that are properly built in and intended now. Maybe you've seen these before, but I've never seen nether ravines on this scale. So yeah, nether ravines, a fun little secret in this update. But since secrets in this update are the thing that I am most curious about, and maybe you are as well, Also, achievement, yeah, a terrible fortress. Let's go back to the overworld. Let's talk about one other really cool subtle change for people who like building. Because if you like building, this update's got you good. You got the base salt, you got all the brand new blocks here, but it also has a huge new change to do with the stone bricks. Wait, before we get there, I want to prove a quick point that a lot of people have been saying about testing, about the Netherite armor. A lot of people say it's fire resistant. The armor is fire resistant, but not while it's on you, in the sense that you can die, but your armor will survive that. You know, if you die of Netherite armor, your armor will float to the top of it, but you can still die even in that, because you're not fire resistant, the armor is. In the same way, I don't know, like, you'll be cooked within the armor, I guess is an easy way to put that. So with that said, let's go back to the server world, and let me show you something really cool and brand new in this update. So right now on screen, I want to show you how stone brick walls look before this update when you combine them together. Here's what they look like right now. In case that doesn't seem like it's too big of a deal to you, because you know, like, okay, it's kind of a change, it allows you to do so many cooler things with regards to how you use these, because they're effectively now thin blocks. People have been asking for vertical half slabs forever, but we now finally have a sort of way to do it. And just in case you like the old way of doing things, this is maybe intentional, maybe a bug, but you can add a block to the top of it, and then it brings back the old lines just like this, and then if you want to remove the lines again, you go like this. It's a really weird new Minecraft building mechanic, but I think a lot of people will appreciate it in some way. But yeah, all you've got to do to have lines be there is you've just got to, again, have them be at the very end of a line, or you put a line on top of them. So if you want to have this, for instance, you can totally do that. And I love the way these new walls work, and the builds that are going to be possible and made much better. It's something I love personally. So yeah, just real quick, as you can see, there is a brand new building mechanic to do with the way walls work. It's really, really fascinating in my opinion, and maybe you agree, or maybe you don't. Also, I'm not sure why this one has lines going up to there now. You know, I'm sure this building mechanic is something they've got to work on. I'm sure there's some weird stuff going on behind the scenes, but this is something that isn't on the changelog that is really exciting. There's a lot of small things like this. This was actually on the changelog, but it's just so useful. You can now look for whichever Minecraft biome you want using the locate command. So many cool things, but for now, I just wanted to kind of mention that I hope you will enjoy today's video. It was just a brief look at how Netherite has changed the world. We never thought we'd see it, but diamond has been usurped, and that is what makes this update a must-have. It's something we were sure they wouldn't do. They basically said, like, you know, we like the sets of gear we have, but Minecraft is finally willing to break one of the kind of unwritten rules, and that is updates never change the hierarchy of stuff. But we now have not only the trident, the crossbow, which is kind of ugly better than the bow, the trap, which is ugly better than the domed sword, but now we have an entire set of stuff, armor, tools, and all, which is better, including, by the way, I showed off earlier, but like, there's a Netherite hoe, it's kind of funny, there's a Netherite axe, there's a Netherite sword, everything has changed, it's really cool, and I want to dive more into the numbers later, but for now just know it's more enchantable, it doesn't burn, it lasts longer, it's more effective, it's a lot of things, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, showing that off briefly. If you did, please do like it, let me know. Again, I had to record this in a like hastily set up thing. You can see my setup on Twitter if you want to. And I will be probably streaming tomorrow, even though I'm here. My first stream in America, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, how exciting. Come see me and say hello if you care about that. And if you don't care about that, then thank you for watching this video, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.